Hello and welcome to another episode of Little Conversations. I am your host, Manjiko Edna, and today I'll start off with telling you how my week has been. Because honestly, my week has been bad, not for any particular reasons, but I just feel drained because I'm not doing anything. Weird, right? You should be drained after doing stuff, but I don't know, I'm just feeling lazy every time, and I ruined my sleep schedule. So basically, like yesterday night, I was wide awake at like 2 a.m. I wasn't even sleepy at kidogo. I tried to sleep. I was standing in bed for like, I think, a good 30 minutes. And because of that, I've been napping a lot in the afternoon, like every day for like 2 to 3 hours. And those naps is in a slump. But I don't like messing up my sleep. Like I don't like sleeping during the day and staying up the whole night. But that's beside the point anyway. Today I want to tell you a story, a very interesting story that was honestly at the back of my mind. Like it's been so many years since I even thought about this story. And it's basically about these people who are just out there to scam you. Like they can't earn a sincere penny. They want to dig inside people's pockets and steal from people. So basically, this happened I think in 2021. I was still in campus. So yeah. And you see the way you get weird messages for like job offers, CG on like okay, like that time I wasn't getting so many texts for those job offers that are really not legit. But at that time I wasn't getting many. So when I saw that one and it was like a remote job for students and all that, I was intrigued honestly because I was like, okay, this looks interesting. So I think it was a link, and there was a form I was to fill. I filled the form. I think they were just basically asking for my name, my email address, my phone number, yeah, and where I'm based, if I'm in Thika or Nairobi. Like those were literally the only two options, which was kind of weird because if you're being offered a remote job, it doesn't matter if you're in Asia or US, wherever, like as long as it's remote, you should be able to do it from anywhere. So that should have been like red flag number one, and I should have not even submitted my information to these people, but I was dumb. That's like 3 years ago. So honestly, my mind was just at, wow, this is a job I might get. Let's do this. So I filled it, and honestly, I didn't even think about it for some days, I think. Then they called me like a week or less after, and they were like, "Oh, we sent you a message a few days ago. You filled a form. So you qualified." And I was like, "Okay." So they were like, so you've been shortlisted, and basically that means that we'll call you in for training. And I was like, okay. So I asked when the training was. I think they told me I think it was on a Saturday. Well, I'm not sure, but I feel like it was towards the weekend, if not on a Saturday, maybe on a Friday. And it was to start in the morning. So they asked me if I'm in Nairobi or Thika, which is easier for me from where I am to get to. So I told them where I was, and they directed me to a certain building, and they were like, so when you get there, we'll send you a number via message that you can call, and the person will be there to welcome you or to like show you exactly where the training is being done. So I asked that lady, I remember it was a lady, I asked her, what's this job about? Then she was like, oh, you'll be told when you come for the training, blah blah blah. Then I was like, oh, okay. Then she was like, as long as like the qualification was being in campus, which was weird, but anyway, I didn't think much of it. So that day, that day reached, I obviously got ready. Yeah, and I went. But before I went, I did one very interesting thing that I don't usually do. Like, it's not something I would do if I'm going for a job interview or for training, which was actually, by the way, that was weird. Red flag number two should have been, how am I qualifying and I haven't gone for an interview? Like, you just shortlisted me and then you want me to go straight into training. Kinda didn't make sense, but anyway. So, okay, most girls do this when they're going out on dates. But I did this when I was going for training because I don't know these people. I'm trying to ask them questions. They're not straightforward. They're not giving me answers that I want. So I told my friend, hey, there's this Nini job thing that I don't think is like 100% legit. So they've called me for training. I'm supposed to go to this place. So yeah, if I get lost, here's the number and the name of the person who called me, and here's the name and the number of the person who I'm supposed to meet there. So yeah, uh, I went there, got there, and funny thing, when I went in, it was like you see a class setup, like a whiteboard at the front. The person instructing has a laptop, and then seats all over for like people or trainees rather who are coming to be trained. So I was like, okay, this is very weird. Anyway, I just went, sat down. So I was listening to what these people are talking about. And funny thing, there was no job. There was no job. It was basically a pyramid scheme. You know, these guys who are like, you know how they come at you online and they're like, oh, do you pay how much to get into this nini and into this scheme? And if people join through your links, do you're paid? And if someone else's joins through a link that of a person that you've invited, you get a cut. Like, it was so sketchy because these people were like, the way you'd be told to buy shares in a company, and basically, if the company gets profits and all that, you get a cut according to how many shares you have. It was something like that. But this wasn't like a legit company. It looked so sketchy because you can't just be telling me to buy sijui this package costs 6K, the second package, which is sijui bigger, costs 13, and the biggest sijui costs 75K. And I try to ask them, okay, if they are shares or this, okay, they weren't saying that they're shares. They were just basically saying they're selling packages. So I was asking, what packages exactly am I buying? So basically, they couldn't explain it. So that made me very suspicious. And when I asked, what do I do if I don't have the money? Like, if I don't have money to invest or to buy these packages, they told me, these people had the guts to ask me, sorry. These people had the guts to ask me, at least you have a phone and you don't use it. The only thing you use it for is chatting, online. So I'm sure it costs around at least 15K. You should sell it and buy the packages for two. Like the package for one was like 6K, for two 13. The one for 75 was like, I don't know, for six. I'm not sure though, but yeah, like package number one, two, three. So they were like, when you get 15K, you can buy this second package for 13K. Then I was like, okay, if I actually do get to the point of selling my phone or my laptop, because they also suggested that, the guts. I was like, I feel like I have to understand what I'm paying for or what I'm buying. Because if it's like, kitu kama Safaricom, they have shares every year, you get dividends and all of that. So that makes a bit more sense. But in this case, you just want me to, I don't know, buy something I can't see and get profits you're claiming I'll get. That, you know, okay, for me, pyramid schemes just don't make sense unless you're at the top of the pyramid scheme, because you'll be gaining from every little penny that is put in. But I was just like, no, this doesn't look legit. And now the worst part came when I wanted to leave, because I've been sitting here for like an hour and I'm like, yeah, this is a waste of my time and my energy. I just want to go. These people, they didn't want me to leave. Basically, they didn't want anyone to leave. When you try to walk out, they ask you a million questions like, where are you going? Why are you walking out? How long are you taking? So you know what I did? I was pushed to the edge and I had to I had to text my friend, and I told her, I want you to call me. If you don't have airtime, just reverse call me because I need to get out of this situation I'm in, and there is no other way. When I try to walk out, these people literally, I don't know, they're like forcing you back in, and not in a physical way or anything, but they're just pestering me with questions that don't make sense. And I know probably there's someone out there who's like, so you should have just walked out. It's not that hard. Trust me, these people were like, they were out for my money, for my even phone. Like, they are just thieves in disguise. Because why would you tell me to sell my phone, sell my laptops due to buy packages that I can't, that you don't want to make me understand what they are for? That doesn't make sense. You just want to steal from me. You just don't want to say that you're stealing from me. So long story short, this friend of mine called me. I had to lie to them that this is my friend who's coming here to my place and she doesn't know this place at all. So she's calling me because she's gotten here and I can't leave her. Yeah. So, yeah, that way I just picked the phone. I talked on the phone and I told my girl, don't cut her that phone because babu, this is my only way out. So I gave her the story and then I told her, you know what? That I'll just come to your place and I'll tell you the whole story. Did I really go to her place? I'm not sure well, but I think we talked on the phone and I told her the whole story and how I had to get out of that fix kwa sababu, hey, these people were determined to steal from me. Yeah. Anyway, lesson learned. Scammers are all over. They'll do anything. They'll even come at you through job opportunities that are non-existent, and they'll try to steal from you. They'll try every opportunity, every chance, every way possible to steal from you. So karada, utaibiwa if you're not careful. Don't be too desperate also. Yeah. So thank you for listening to me. I feel like this has been a bit of a long story, but I hope you learned something from it. Don't trust everyone. Yeah, kwanza with your information. Actually, I was really scared afterwards because these people they have my email, they have my number, they know me physically. Like, I was somehow terrified that they'll try to pester me more and they'll disturb me even more. But I think I blocked all the numbers or something. So yeah, be careful. Thanks for listening. Yeah, follow my Instagram and follow this podcast also to get more and more as they come. Yeah, thank you for listening. Bye.